Tell me car.
Say peanut.
Peanut.
Butter.
Butter.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about the follow-up seizures that led him to getting a rescue med and an everyday seizure med. So if you did not watch the first part of this video, make sure you go watch it so that you understand the timeline on how everything played out. So I'm only gonna go briefly with these. So the first seizure lasted 7 minutes, okay? I called around 4 minutes because the seizure just didn't look like it was gonna stop. It took the ambulance another 3 minutes to show up. And literally, when they pulled up, literally, he had just stopped and I literally stopped the timer on my watch. So it was a solid 7 minutes. So they ended up taking him to the local hospital where we was. And this hospital wasn't equipped for anything they need. So they ended up calling the bigger children's hospital and had let them know, like, hey, we have him. This is what's going on. This is what mom reported. Mom had brought him in. I didn't even bring him in. He came in by ambulance. And the big hospital was like, we want him. So he ended up having to get transferred to the bigger hospital. So he stayed there for like a day. And they ran a test or two to see like what was going on, and those tests came back normal, right? So the neurologist came in and was like, Mom, he's super young, and I don't like kids his age having seizures this long, so I'm gonna give you a rescue med that you're gonna have to insert rectally. And I'm like, huh? He was like, you're gonna have to insert this medicine while he's actively seizing. So you want me to give my child a medicine while he's actively seizing? He said yes. I said, huh? How do you expect for me to do that while he's actively seizing? He was like, I'm gonna show you how you do it, or I'm gonna show you the best position to put him in when he's actively seizing so you can safely do it. He did show me, and I will go in another video explaining it, because I'm gonna have to use Grayson as an example to show what he showed me. But let me just start off saying this. So seizures that last 5 or more minutes are always considered a medical emergency. Seizures that last 5 minutes or less are not always considered a medical emergency. They can be considered a medical emergency, but it just depends on the situation. So the rescue med that he prescribed for Grayson is called diazepam. And you can get this through your nostril or rectally like he prescribed for my son. And from my instructions for my son, he said I cannot give him this medicine unless his seizure hit the 5-minute mark. When his seizure hits the 5-minute mark, that's when I could give him this med. Now, everybody's instructions can be totally different from my instructions. And I have seen other people who have said their children have been prescribed diazepam and they don't have the same instructions for diazepam as I do. They don't have it at all. So it can be different. It just depends on the case. It depends on the child. It depends on the person. Not everybody's case is the same. So the next seizure, I was driving, right? You're driving, baby boy, he in the backseat, happy, bouncing. You know, it was a good vibe, right? I just so happened to look in the backseat thinking that he would be asleep. No, he wasn't asleep. He was actively seizing in his car seat. And I started to panic in the middle of me driving. I'm like, okay, had to talk to myself. Let me find a safe spot to pull over. And as I'm doing that, I look in the back, I look in my rearview mirror in the back seat, and he's turning a bluish purple. And I'm like, oh shoot, like he can't breathe. So I safely park, jump in the back seat, trying to like talk him through a seizure. And as he's coming down out of the seizure, I see his skin complexion coming back. Luckily, we were down the street from a hospital. Guess who took him to the hospital? Me, because you're not gonna be turning blue purple on my, nope, can't do it. Nope. That alone terrified me. Like, no. So this hospital was a local hospital. And again, they really couldn't do nothing. So they had to call the big hospital. And the big hospital said, send him over. So they sent him by ambulance to the big hospital. And we stayed there for, I want to say at least 2 nights, a solid 2 nights, because they wanted to run extra tests to find out like what was going on and stuff. And once again, all of these tests come back normal. Every last test comes back normal. Never fails. So it'd be like a confusion on everybody, like, all of his tests is coming back normal. We don't know why he's having a seizure. So the neurologist again comes in and say, hey mom, like, hey, he was like, you got any questions, any concerns? I said, no, I just want to know, like, okay, what is the next thing that we do? So he was like, I want to give him an everyday seizure med. And I said, okay. I kind of felt like that was coming. I kind of felt it was coming. So he wanted to give him an everyday seizure med, and the everyday seizure med that he prescribed to him is called Keppra. It is another name for it, but I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, and I'm not even gonna hold y'all to it. I don't know how to say it. It starts with an L, and trust me, when I learn how to say it correctly, I will let y'all know. But for short terms, it is called Keppra. So that's the name that I'm gonna use. So this is an everyday med that he's been taking since he was 18 months old, a solid 18 months old till now, which he will be 6 soon. And there are other meds that he have taken, but those will come in time with the videos as I explained. But this is how we got to a rescue med and the first everyday seizure med. This is how we got to that. So stay tuned. There's more coming. And I'll see y'all in the next video.
Bye.